Hi, my name's Ewan, and I'm going to continue today to talk about UK culture. We've already talked about what is the UK. The UK is 4 countries, England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. We've also discussed UK festivals. We've discussed the traditional festivals as well as some more unusual festivals. And today I'm going to talk to you about UK food, right? So, UK food, I'm going to talk about 5 areas. I'm going to talk about the reputation of UK food. What do MOE staff say about UK food? We're going to talk about favourite and traditional UK foods. We're going to talk about the link between the UK and Taiwan. Is there any link between UK foods and Taiwanese foods? And lastly, we'll just have a conclusion about this whole topic of UK foods. So first of all, the reputation of UK foods. And I will admit that the UK has a bad reputation of food. Lots of people say, what is UK food? It's not very good. There are no vegetables. And I can accept this reputation, but today I'm going to dismiss or dispel this reputation. I think first of all, we can actually think about why does the UK have such a bad reputation? And I think there might be 2 reasons for this. First of all, the cooking methods, how people cook in the UK. And traditionally, historically, within the home, so you're thinking about home cooking, in simple homes, we have used just a fire and 1 cooking pot to actually cook all our food. So we have been quite limited in the way that we cook foods. In larger homes, in richer households, we've had not just the 1 cooking pot, but we've also had ovens as well. So we've had more resources for cooking. But again, you could argue it's been quite simple. The second reason why UK food has a bad reputation is maybe a result of 2 world wars. Okay, so during the First World War, during the Second World War, there were limited ingredients, there were limited foods to cook with, and this resulted in very simple cooking, cooking that didn't taste very nice. So often you'll get these 2 reasons why UK food has a bad reputation. Really, I'm not convinced that these are 2 very good reasons because, of course, there are lots of places in the world where they've had wars and they've had only limited amounts of resources to cook with, and they still produce very, very good food. But anyway, these are 2 reasons that are often cited why the UK has a bad reputation in terms of food. Secondly, let's move on to what the MOE staff say about UK food. So I found some MOE staff who have been to the UK. They've actually travelled to the UK, usually to study. And I asked them, did you like the food in the UK? And they said, not really. It's very ordinary. No, I only like hot food. I don't like sandwiches. Very expensive. The sandwiches are cold. That's very interesting because in Taiwan, you actually eat hot sandwiches. You can go to a convenience store and ask for the convenience store to make your sandwich hot. You can't actually do that in the UK. So Taiwan has this special condition of hot sandwiches. And lastly, when I asked the staff at the Ministry of Education, they said, yes, but I prefer Spanish food. I then asked the MOE staff, what is your favorite UK food? And we began to get a few answers. Fish and chips, shortbread and tea, pancakes on pancake day, desserts, rhubarb crumble, rice pudding, afternoon tea, sandwiches. Someone actually said sandwiches. They like sandwiches, particularly tuna and lettuce. And they also said, yes, I prefer Spanish food. Okay. There was even one MOE staff that said her favorite UK food was laksa noodles from Singapore. Okay, so I think one of the beauties of the UK is that you can get many, many different authentic foods from different parts of the world, including Singapore. And we think that that's a very good part of the UK, that you can get authentic foods. Thirdly, I'm going to try and argue against this bad reputation of UK food, and also what the MOE staff are saying, that Spanish food is better. I'm actually going to tell you today some of the best UK foods, and you can decide at the end or decide to try them whether I'm right or not. So let's take you to some UK foods. Let me just share some mouth-watering pictures for you. Okay, so here are some mouth-watering pictures. So first of all, this is a plate of fish and chips. The fish is fried, and there are three main kinds of fish. There's cod, haddock, and plaice. And you order the kind of fish that you want when you choose fish and chips. And of course, the chips are big and fat. They're not small and thin like French fries. Okay, in the UK, we eat chips, we don't eat French fries. And you can see some salad and some lemon with this dish. This is the most famous, this is the most traditional UK food. Moving on, what you can see here is something called shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is a mixture of lamb, usually minced lamb, with mashed potatoes on top, and it's baked in an oven. And you might actually have it made with beef. You might have a beef mixture on the bottom with mashed potatoes on the top, and in which case that is called cottage pie. And these dishes are baked in the oven. Next, we have a very interesting dish called chicken tikka masala. And you might say, wait a minute, this is a curry and it's from India. But in actual fact, chicken tikka masala was invented in Scotland. So the conventional wisdom says. So it's a curry dish made by the Indian people in Britain, the British Indian people, and they made it especially for Britain. So chicken tikka masala. It's a tikka and it's a curry and cream chicken dish. And it's mildly spicy, a little bit spicy. Next, we have the great British breakfast, the UK breakfast. Traditionally, we eat a very large breakfast, and it's usually fried. You can see here in the picture that you will have fried eggs, bacon, sausages, grilled tomatoes, fried mushrooms, baked beans, hash browns, and at the bottom of the picture, something called black pudding. Okay, I'll tell you more about black pudding a bit later. The eggs are sunny side up. Usually you can choose how you want your eggs are cooked. You can have them sunny side up, which is in the picture, just cooked on one side. You can have them cooked on both sides, which is called over easy, or you can have them scrambled or poached. And those are some of the ways that you can have your eggs cooked. So this is the famous cooked breakfast. This is a roast dinner. A roast dinner, which is another traditional food in the UK. Here you can see some roast pork. It's actually belly of pork. But you can also have roast beef, roast chicken, of course, which you can get, is quite popular in Taiwan. And you have two kinds of vegetables and some potatoes. Okay, so you have some purple cabbage, peas, carrots, and boiled potatoes. And you can see on the potatoes that there is some gravy. Right? This is a popular Sunday food, Sunday lunch food, or Sunday dinner food in the UK. Usually cooked at home, yeah, but you can buy it in pubs and restaurants as well. So those are some main course dishes. Now let's talk about teas and puddings. So another very popular food would be afternoon tea. And afternoon tea is traditionally some sandwiches. And you can see some small sandwiches, small finger sandwiches here. And you will get some cakes, tarts, puddings, or a cream tea. And a cream tea, you can see in the front, is scones, jam, and cream. Okay, so, and usually people argue about, do you put the jam on the scones first or the cream on the scones first? And I am from Devon. And spent a lot of my life in Devon, and I always put the jam on first and then the cream. Tell you a little bit about tea. We have many different kinds of tea. We have lots of different teas from India, Assam tea, Darjeeling tea, and Ceylon tea, Sri Lankan tea. And we also have other teas like Earl Grey tea, which are a mixture of teas and other ingredients. Continuing the theme of puddings, this is a traditional pudding. I would have thought that Taiwanese people would like this pudding. It has jelly, and Taiwanese people like to eat fruit jellies. It has custard, which is the yellow mixture. And again, Taiwanese people like to eat pudding, yeah, and that's custard. It has cream and fruit all mixed together. It's called a trifle. All right, so that's another traditional pudding. The ingredients go together very, very well. This is called Eton mess. Eton mess, and it has meringue, which is made of egg whites. It's light and fluffy, cream, and mixed berry fruit like strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blackcurrants, red fruit, foods. So I think this is also something that Taiwanese people should enjoy. Eat a mess. So this theme of puddings. This is baked in the oven, and it has fruit on the bottom and a flour mixture on the top. It's called apple crumble. And one of the MOE staff said her favorite pudding was rhubarb crumble. And rhubarb is another kind of fruit or vegetable in the UK that we have as a pudding. And it's usually baked in the oven. And it's also very popular, and you can eat it with custard or cream. Okay, so those are some general UK foods that are very popular, that you can order, that you can find in the homes of the UK. Now, let's talk about specific foods to the countries in the UK. This is a traditional Welsh food. As you know, I'm from Wales. This is called Welsh rarebit. Welsh rarebit. And it is essentially cheese on toast, cheese on bread, toasted in the oven. And it's very, very popular in Wales. But we eat it all over the UK. And these are Welsh cakes. So if you go to Wales, you must try some Welsh cakes. And this is like a pancake cooked on the stove. It's not baked in the oven. Let's move to Scotland. Now let's move to Scotland. This is actually a haggis, which is traditional Scottish food. This is something that might appeal to the Taiwanese tastes. It has heart, liver, and lungs mixed together with onions and spices. It's a very special food, and it's only eaten on special occasions, on festivals. These ingredients, the heart, the liver, and the lungs, it's called offal. Again, that's popular in Taiwan. And it's boiled inside a sheep's stomach. So the container that you see here in the picture is a sheep's stomach. And this is a very traditional Scottish food. One of the MOE staff said this is her favourite UK food. This is shortbread. This is a traditional biscuit that comes from Scotland. Now moving to Ireland, to Northern Ireland, and traditional Irish food, Northern Irish food, is Irish stew. Irish stew is a mixture of meat, potatoes, and vegetables cooked in a soup, in a broth. And is also very, very tasty. And the last traditional Northern Irish food is a potato farl. And a farl is a kind of bread. You can have it with butter. You can dip it in the stew. You can have it with breakfast with bacon, eggs, and you can eat it in a variety of ways, and it's made with potato and flour. So those are some of the traditional foods that you can have. And I'd like to focus now on the link between the UK and Taiwan. So in this picture, in this picture, you can see a traditional Northern Irish breakfast with some potato farls, but in the front of the picture you can see black pudding. And in the UK we like to eat black pudding for breakfast, and this is essentially pig's blood with some oats. And I know that Taiwanese people also eat pig's blood with rice or in soup, in hot, sour soup. So I think that this could be a very good food for Taiwanese people to look out for when they go to the UK. This is called black pudding. The second food that I think Taiwanese people should look out for is lava bread. Okay, this is very popular in Wales, where I'm from, and also in Devon and Cornwall. It's called lava bread. It is not bread. It is the green thing in the middle of the picture. It is actually seaweed. Okay, so in the UK we do eat seaweed, and Taiwan also has a tradition of eating seaweed. You have many different kinds of seaweed. You have dry seaweed, you have seaweed in soups. And this is something that I think the Taiwanese people might like when they go to the UK. Lava bread, it's called. So, in conclusion, let's just come to my conclusion. So in conclusion, we've been talking about the UK food. We've talked about how it had a bad reputation. We've talked about the reasons why it's had a bad reputation. We've talked about the feelings of MOE people when they go to the UK to study. And what I've tried to do is I've tried to dispel the bad reputation that the UK has for all its food. And I've tried to show you some good things about the UK and about UK food that you could try. And lastly, I tried to show you two links between UK food and Taiwanese food, and something that you could try if you get the opportunity to visit the UK. Thank you very much. Please go and enjoy some UK food. Thank you.